Rent assessments are performed by most housing associations to determine the rent payable by each of their tenants based on their financial circumstances and other factors. This can prove to be a very time-consuming and complex task, as each and every city and county council in Ireland has their own rent policy, many of which can be difficult to interpret. If you get the calculation wrong, not only do you risk incurring the ire of your tenants, but you could also be hit with financial penalties. Rent assessment functionality is one of the standout features of Affinity, ensuring that you perform rent assessments quickly and accurately. So let's see it in action. I've identified one of our tenants. I select the Rent Assessments tab and then click on the Add button. The first thing that we do is set a couple of dates. The assessment date is the date on which the assessment was actually performed. The effective date is the date in which the rent value calculated from this assessment will kick in from. So I'm going to set it to be a little in the future. Next, we select the rent policy from the drop-down list. If your housing association has its own internal rent policy, then it's even possible to add this. After we've added these details, we specify the income details for the associated tenant. First, we specify details for the primary or principal tenant. If they have multiple sources of income, it's possible to specify these separately. Then we move on to specifying the income details for any subsidiary earners within the property. And finally, when we've done that, most rent policies ask for some additional detail. In the case of Dublin City Council, we must specify the number of dependents in the house, along with the number of bedrooms. That's all there is to it. Just click on the Calc button and hit presto, you've got your rent value. If this is an existing tenant, we have the option of specifying any additional recurring charges, such as the service charge, and also apply these charges to the tenancy. So I'm going to add that in. If we view the tenancy, we'll see that these new charges have been recorded and will be automatically applied after the effective date. Finally, we may want to send these details to the tenant to show them how their new rent value was arrived at. We can do this by reviewing the rent assessment we've just completed, and we can either print it and pop it in the post, or we can email it.